Meet Ethan, 32 years old, earning $80,000 a year, and saving every dollar he can.
They have the same income, the same savings, and the same opportunity. But today, their lives take two very different paths. Ryan decides to keep renting and invest every dollar into a low-cost index fund.
20 years later, they finally compare the results of the decisions they made back in their 30s.
Ethan finally finds a home that feels just right. Not perfect, but perfect for his future. With one signature, Ethan commits to a 30-year mortgage and the biggest financial decision of his life. Ryan chooses a different path. Instead of buying a house, he puts every dollar to work in the stock market. Both men start with the same money, but from this moment on, their financial journeys begin to look very different.
Closing day finally arrives. Ethan officially becomes a homeowner, but almost every dollar he spent years saving is now invested in one.
The purchase price is only part of the story. Hidden costs quietly add thousands more before move-in day.
Ryan chooses a different path. He invests his savings and lets time do the heavy lifting.
His first mortgage statement reveals something many first-time buyers don't expect. Most of the payment goes toward interest. Homeownership comes with unexpected repairs. Some are small, but they never stop completely.
Emergency repairs aren't a matter of if, they're a matter of when. That's why every homeowner needs a maintenance budget.
Look, 3 years later, both men have built wealth, just in very different ways. As the years pass, every mortgage payment helps Ethan build more ownership in his home. I'm building real equity every month. One is building home equity. The other is building an investment portfolio. Both are making progress. 6 years later, Ethan's monthly payment is almost unchanged, while the value of his home continues to grow.
Ryan stays consistent. Month after month, my investments continue. They are compounding over time.
Then something unexpected happens. Both receive an incredible career opportunity in another city. For Ryan, moving is simple. His investments move with him, and his financial life stays flexible. For Ethan, the opportunity creates a much harder question. What happens when your biggest asset also becomes the thing holding you in place?
Ethan decides to sell. But turning home equity into usable cash takes time, paperwork, and money.
Let's see. The home may have gained value, but selling it comes with real transaction costs that reduce what Ethan actually walks away with. Ryan doesn't have to sell a property. He simply packs his bags, accepts the opportunity, and takes his investments with him. 10 years have passed. Both men have built serious wealth, but their financial lives now look very different.
After a decade, Ethan has built substantial equity as his home value rises and his mortgage balance falls.
Ryan has built wealth too. His portfolio has grown through consistent contributions, diversification, and years of... At this point, the difference between them isn't as simple as people might expect. Both have built meaningful wealth. But Ryan has one expense Ethan doesn't face in the same way. His rent keeps increasing as the years go by.
Ethan's mortgage works differently. His principal and interest payment remains fixed, giving him a predictable housing expense.
Over time, the difference between their monthly housing costs becomes much more noticeable.
But investing comes with its own challenge. Markets can fall quickly, and staying invested when everyone else is panicking takes discipline.
Ryan doesn't try to predict the market. He sticks to his plan and keeps investing through the ups and downs. Ethan faces a different kind of financial pressure. Homes require maintenance, and major systems eventually need repairs or replacement. That's why Ethan keeps a separate reserve for repairs. Planning ahead turns a major surprise into a manageable expense. Ethan has the freedom of owning his home. Ryan has the freedom to move whenever opportunity calls.
So far, there is no obvious winner. One path offers stability and ownership. The other offers liquidity and flexibility.
But there's a bigger question. Which choice creates the stronger financial future when you look at the entire picture? For Ryan, the biggest advantage isn't what happens in 1 year. It's what happens when his money gets decades to compound. For Ethan, the home creates wealth, but it also creates a long list of responsibilities that never completely disappear. Ryan's investments may be growing, but his housing cost continues rising every year.
Eventually, the numbers begin to change. After enough time, buying can become financially competitive with renting.
By year 15, both men have accumulated significant wealth, but their wealth looks very different on paper. Ryan's wealth is highly liquid. If he needs access to it, he doesn't have to sell a house first. Ethan's wealth is different. A large portion of it is tied to the home he owns and lives in every day. And now the most important part of the comparison begins. What happens when they stop working? Ethan can see a finish line. One day, the mortgage payment disappears, while the home remains. Now let's jump forward 20 years and see what their decisions actually produced. At 52, Ethan still lives in the same home he bought 20 years earlier. Over those 2 decades, the value of the property has increased substantially, creating significant home equity. At the same time, every mortgage payment has slowly reduced what Ethan still owes. Ryan is also 52, but his wealth is sitting in a very different place. His portfolio has had decades to compound, turning consistent contributions into substantial liquid wealth. Now the comparison gets interesting. Both men have built serious wealth, but their assets are not equally liquid.
Ryan's investments can generally be accessed without selling a physical property or going through a lengthy closing process.
But there is one major expense Ryan still has to plan for: housing costs that continue throughout retirement. And this is where the decision they made at 32 starts to matter in a completely different way.